So our last section in biological psychology will cover the endocrine system, and in particular, it'll cover the endocrine glands and the functions of hormones. The endocrine system consists of glands that release chemicals, otherwise known as hormones, into the bloodstream, and these hormones communicate with other body parts. The hormones also respond to input from the nervous system as well as from the hypothalamus, and they're involved in arousal, metabolism, growth, and sex. So, the important glands of the endocrine system in males include the major reproductive glands, for example, the testes. These secrete testosterone, which influence sexual function and plays a critical role in puberty. In females, the major reproductive glands, of course, are the ovaries. These secrete estrogen, which influence, again, sexual function, plays a critical role in puberty, and is one of the major hormones involved in the menstrual cycle. We'll talk about others that you can see here in a moment. The pineal gland, which helps regulate body rhythm and sleep. The pituitary gland, which regulates the activity of other glands, as well as lactation. The thyroid gland, which regulates the rate of metabolism in the body. Adrenal glands that arouse the body, help with adjustment to stress, regulate salt balance, etc. And then finally, the pancreas, which releases insulin to regulate blood sugar and hunger. So the pituitary gland we often call the master gland. It has lots of hormones that it releases to basically activate other glands, and it's regulated by the hypothalamus directly. So often this regulation happens so that the hypothalamus communicates with the pituitary gland, which then communicates with other glands. There are various types of pituitary hormones. We'll talk about a couple here. One is oxytocin, which functions to include breastfeeding and bonding and so forth. And then hormones that release the release of hormones by other glands. So for example, pituitary hormones often direct the release of growth hormone, which stimulates growth and regeneration. The pituitary can also release endorphins to relieve pain. And here's just a brief list of some of the important hormones. So we've talked a little bit in the past about endorphins, or endogenous morphines, which basically modify our response to pain. There's also melatonin, which is released by the pineal gland in response to daily cycles of light and dark, which help us sleep. There's epinephrine, or the adrenal hormone that arouses the body and often is associated with fear. It's that thing that makes you jumpy when you get scared about something. There's norepinephrine, which is an adrenal hormone that arouses the body and can be associated with anger at times. And then there are the thyroid hormones, which help to regulate metabolism rate.